get an update when he's out there. It's live.
Yeah, live. All right, we are live. Well, welcome good night, tonight to Renew Recovery Community. You folks that are online, we welcome you to Sweetwater, Tennessee. I'm not Roger. As you can see, Roger's actually on vacation and had a little trouble down there. Apparently, he lost his luggage. So he's in Florida. So what you can do is go to www.redcross.com/send Roger underwear. Apparently. I'm kidding, Roger. I'm totally kidding. I just had to get that in before it was over with. Do welcome you folks tonight. You folks are here. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. We have a really strange night, very special. Like I said, Roger's going to kill me over that one. Yeah, we want to be your community in recovery. All right. And this is our mission statement, and we read this several times, but I'll read it. Our mission is to be a Christ-like fellowship for the lost and lonely, needy, hurting, and suffering people in our community will be accepted, can experience sustained recovery from brokenness, and can renew through God's grace. And that's our mission. We are a community. Again, Roger's not here tonight. He and I talked about what he wanted me to talk about tonight. So we're going to talk about why our recovery matters. Have you ever thought about a situation or something that's going on in the world, and maybe it's terrible, maybe it's not terrible, but then you ask yourself, does it even matter? You ever wonder about that? And I know people struggle sometimes wondering if their life matters. I've done that in my own life a number of times, and believe it or not, our recovery matters. And so we're going to talk about that tonight. When I'm done, you folks that are live, you won't get part of this because when we're done, Miss Janet Williams is going to come and sing and lead us in music tonight, but we're going to be using a YouTube video, so we're not going to broadcast that because Facebook will kick us off. So we're going to start with a lesson. It'll be brief, all right? And then we'll have music after that and then going about our evenings. We are here every Monday night. I don't care if it's Halloween. I don't care. Which it'll be Halloween in a few weeks. By the way, do come on Halloween and come in costume. Okay, I'm going to come as Roger. With a bunch of new underwear. I'm kidding. But we'll be here Halloween night. We're here every Monday night. We're here at 6 o'clock. We always have a great meal provided by these folks in the back. We meet here at 6:30, and then most nights we have small groups about 7:15. So we want you folks to come back and be with us. Why recovery matters. And the question is why does all of this matter? Why does the food matter? Why do the tables matter? Why does... Yeah, by the way, it's Ashley's birthday yesterday. She turned 33. Y'all say happy birthday, Ashley. She's here every week. She's faithful. Thank God for her. But she matters. And all the things that we do matter. And there's lots of reasons why. First of all, you matter to us. Every last one of you. You folks that are here, you folks that are online watching, you folks that share and subscribe, that's wonderful. We love the fact that you do that, but you all matter to us. And every person here matters. You need to understand that, okay? Your presence here matters. Not only that, we all matter to each other, okay? It's not just a universal singular thing. There's a community of this we, okay, in our community, and we all matter to each other. And I'll tell you about that in just a little bit. We all matter to our loved ones. There are people that love you and need you, and they want you well. They want me well. And because of that, that's why our recovery matters. So we all matter to our loved ones. We all matter to God. We'll talk about that a little bit too. That's an important thing. We're not just willy-nilly in this world. Okay, we're all here for a purpose and a time. And I've got all kinds of stories about that, and we'll share some of those. And then our recovery, believe it or not, it matters to the recovery of those that are around us. And that's important. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay? So, why all this matters? Because it all matters. Okay? You matter, and we matter to us all. So let's talk about our relationships. First of all, your story inspired us all. Now, Stephen's not here tonight. I keep going back to Stephen, but, the first time he spoke, okay, I took so much away from what he was saying because it spoke to my heart, people that I know in my life, and it just spoke to me in ways that I can't even explain to you, okay? But your story, believe it or not, it inspires all of us. Why is that? Because everybody's perspective is unique. Ashley's young. I'm old, okay? We all have different, we come at this thing from different perspectives. Some of us have different types of addictions, things that we're recovering from, experiences we're recovering from. And everybody's perspective is unique. And what happens with that is that as we talk to one another and as we share with one another, we actually can broaden our perspective to understand that, hey, I'm not in this thing alone. And Yeah, there's something wrong with me, but there's something wrong with all of us. And guess what? Maybe I'm not as bad as I thought I was. So your perspective is unique and it matters because we all don't have the same story. Mark, your story is very different from mine, okay? But it's important. We need to know it. We need to hear it because it inspires us all. Your talents are in need. Somebody has to cook. Somebody has to run that computer. I actually was over here fiddling with the camera a while ago, okay? How many of y'all can do that? Not me. I've tried, okay? Okay, some folks have to set tables up and music. And Janet's, I've known her for 35 years. She sang every time I've been around her for 35 years. That's a talent God uses. And your talents are important. And I don't know what all your talents are. Okay, some of y'all may be great at washing my car. And if you are, it's sitting right out there. Okay? But we all have talents. And your talents are needed in our community. Because we build on one another. Now, I'm coming back next week. I'm bringing some folks to come and lead music again next week. Okay? I don't sing, but they do. Right? And they're very happy and they love serving and their talents are in need. Not only that, your presence encourages us all. Okay? Every time you're here, it encourages us. You know, Gabe, every time I see you, all I think about was they just baptized Gabe this year. Okay? That's a big deal to me. It's a big deal to me. We had a little girl this past Sunday that came forward for candidate for baptism in our church. Okay? And I'm just tickled to death when folks get in the baptismal waters. I don't care if you're 8 or 80. It doesn't matter. That encourages me. And your presence encourages me. Not only that, your absence is felt by us all. Okay? You know, I'm not going to pick on Mark. Mark was, you're not feeling real well. And he's like, I think I'm going to leave. I think y'all stay. Why? Because when you're not here, okay, your absence is felt. Roger, your absence is felt. Okay? I hope you find clothes, but your absence is felt. When I'm not here, I miss y'all. I watch the videos. I was in North Carolina. I left here two Monday nights ago while I was here. Yeah. I had to drive 3.5 hours. Got all the way to Whitford, Virginia, spent the night, got all my business taken care of, had a great trip, got home the next day and moved on. Last week, I was going again, but I'm watching it online, okay, because y'all are part of me, whether I'm here or not. But I know I miss y'all when you're not here, and I hope to goodness y'all miss me when I'm not here. Even you, Roger. Not your underwear. Okay, so I keep saying it like I shouldn't. That's inappropriate. Lord, I apologize. So our recovery matters to a loved one. Okay, this is true. Do you know that there are people that love you and need you? I got a boy that's 30 years old. Okay, and he's a great young man. He is. He's a great young man, and he gave us his beautiful grandson, right? Okay. But my son still needs me. My daughter's 21 years old, and she still needs daddy. She was home this weekend, okay? And you don't know what it's, maybe a lot of you older folks do, but when your kids move away and never come back, okay, you just get this quietness in the house. And my wife, she's watching online right now. After about 3 hours of being quiet, I got to go pick a fight with her or something just to get some noise going in the house. I'll tickle her, whatever. She hates it, but I do it. Or if she's asleep, I'll go in there and make a bunch of racket trying to wake her up, just to irritate her, okay, to have somebody to talk to because our kids aren't home. Well, my daughter was home this weekend. She had a wedding in Bethlehem, and she spent the night Saturday night, and the dog, Snoop, loves her, and he was ballistic all weekend long. And then when she left, it was like somebody stabbed him in the heart. That dog just laid around the rest of the day, okay? These people love you, and they need you. Okay? Don't ever forget that. These people want you well. Did y'all know that? I've got a brother, and he's on a cruise right now. Okay, and when my brother's well, he's awesome. He is. But there's times he's not well, and I can't stand him when he's not well. And there's times that I'm not well. And guess what? Y'all wouldn't stand me when I'm not well. These people want you well, and they deserve that you being well. Our recovery matters to our loved ones because they deserve for you and I to be well. There's people praying for you don't even know about. There's people who love on you and care about you that you have no idea about. And we owe it to them. Our recovery matters because they're really in our corner and cheering for us and loving on us, okay? And they deserve that. Right? Anybody that stick with you, I've been married 31 years. My wife stuck with me the whole time. Anybody that done that deserves that I be well. It's just that simple. Your absence is felt by these people. I've said absence twice now, haven't I? when you're not around your loved ones, here's what happens when we get in the throes of addiction. First thing we do, we run away from everybody, don't we? We don't be around nobody because we're terrified of having to deal with it or having to talk about it or whatever. So what happens is we withdraw. Okay? And they know it, and your absence is felt by that. There's a young man. He was married to a cousin of mine in Arkansas. Had a couple small kids. He was an alcoholic. That's the way I know how to put it. And so it got so bad that my cousin actually divorced the man and to get her kids away from him. Okay? And he was very much distant from those kids their whole adult life, their whole life. One's grown now. One's 21 and one's 5. I think he's 16, 17, somewhere in that ballpark. But in any event, he had a motorcycle accident, I believe, a couple of years ago and passed away. Okay? Those kids grieve for him every single day. Was gone for years and years and years. And you'd think they'd be angry, and they're not. They're grieving to this day. They put flowers on his grave and talk about him with the most positive energy you've ever heard. And I'm thinking, I know that fella. I know better than all that, but that's their daddy. And that absence is felt by them. Okay? And if you and I aren't here, our absence will be felt. Okay? So your recovery matters to your loved ones. Not only that, we all matter to God. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. We're all unique. We're all different. Some are taller, some are shorter, some have brown hair, some have a whole head full of gray hair. I hadn't had a haircut, okay, in way too long. All right? And I'll never show it to you. My wife took a picture of me the other night. I got out of the pool, and I'm in a pool, even this late in the year. It's cold. I got a pool. I wiped my hair with a towel, pulled it off. I looked like the professor from Back to the Future. Our hair was sticking out in all directions, you know. She's like, click, 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 click. Okay? I'm just proud I got a little hair on my head, but we're all different, in that we're all made different. My mother and dad, they both passed away, but they got married as teenagers, okay? And they had twins, okay, before, Dad had just turned 18, and Mom was about to turn 18. When they had twins, okay? And as fast as they could, they were trying for Daddy to go have a vasectomy to where they didn't have any more kids because they couldn't afford them. This is the late 1960s, all right? And thank God, my dad put it off, or I wouldn't be here, okay? I snuck in under the radar. 15 months after they had twins, they had me. And all of a sudden, they got 3 kids. And there's pictures of them walking around. Mom's carrying me, and Dad's got 2 twins. They have the most defeated look on their face I've ever seen for 21-year-olds, right? But they made it, and they survived. And I believe I'm here for a purpose. I believe you're here for a purpose, okay? You've all got, I guarantee you, go back deep. Sheila's not here tonight to defend herself, but, I've told you our story about how we're related. It goes back to, to around 1900. And the fact that we even got this far is a huge deal. And that tells me God has a plan for not just my life, but my son's life, my grandson's life, and the lineage that goes on. Okay, I just believe that. All right? I believe it for all of you. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're special, you're different, you're unique, and you're important to God. Right? He didn't make you to make junk. You're here for a purpose. I just told you that. I don't know what it is. Okay? I don't have a clue. I don't even know what my own purpose is, but we're here for a purpose, and you matter. Okay? Your recovery matters because you matter, because your purpose matters. You're never alone. Go as far away as you can. Push everybody away as far as you can. Okay? And you're never apart from the presence of God. I've been all over this world. I've been some of the deepest, darkest, nastiest places on God's green earth. I was in China. I'm a big old boy, okay? I thought, right? I go to some parts of the world, and there's some big old people. Well, in China, you expect everybody to be, not to be ugly, short, right? You think. I saw a dude, 6'6", 275 pounds, all muscle. He was Chinese. He looked like a eclipse in front of me, okay? And had on a suit, and when he turned around, his jacket flew up, and he had a 45 under each arm. And I thought, if that dude needs 2 guns, I'm in the wrong place. And I've been all over the place, okay? And I've never been apart from the presence of God. I was in Singapore in 1996. I'll never forget this as long as I live. I was over there and was gone for the whole trip was 30 days, 4 hours and 22 minutes.
Wow.
Okay? I had counted. And by halfway through, we were all counting down. But somewhere along in there, I met a bunch of young people over there that worked at the plant we were training at, and they knew I was a Christian. And finally, one day, somebody just asked me a question about it. Okay? And I'm trying to answer questions in my broken English in a way that maybe they can understand in their broken English. They spoke Mandarin, they spoke Malaysian, whatever their language is, and some of those things. In any event, finally flips over and lays it down. She puts it down and she goes, that's what it says. That's what said. She said, John 3:16, I've heard it my whole life. I didn't know what it said. You're kidding me. Yeah, I've heard it my whole life. I see a man wears it on his shirt at ball games. I don't know what it means. Because nobody would give her a Bible. And she was terrified to go into a church because she felt unworthy in the presence of God. And I got to lead that little girl to the Lord on a park bench in Singapore in 1996. Okay? Because she read John 3:16 for the first time in her life. Okay? You're here for a purpose. You're never alone. You don't know why. Now, I thought I was going to die on the way home. I thought I fulfilled my purpose that day. And I hadn't. Okay? I'm still around. I'm still telling that stupid story. But you know what? She's still saved. Amen? So, your absence is felt by your Creator. When we run away from God, okay, it's felt by Him too. See, when we're not around, everybody feels the loss of us not being here. Roger, you're not here now. I'll pick on you because you're not here. But man, I love you and I miss you. Okay, and when you're not here, and your absence is felt. Same with you all. Same with me. Why recovery matters? Because we all want to be well. Does anybody here not want to be well? Anybody here enjoy? Exactly. Nobody doesn't want to be well, right? We all want to be well, right? And this is your community. It's our community. Whether you like it or not, UT beat the brakes off LSU Saturday, right? Wasn't that awesome? Right?
Yes.
It was awesome, wasn't it? Guess what? The group of guys, that football team, doesn't get to pick who each other is. Right? They don't pick. The center doesn't pick which guards on each side. He can't say, I don't like Jamal, bring Billy over here. That don't happen, right? You can't pick the team members that you're on. You're just on the team. All right? Well, you didn't pick me. I didn't pick you. Okay? This is our community. Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? There's nothing wrong with having a sense of community and togetherness because we all need that. No man, no woman was ever meant to be alone. We shouldn't face this thing alone. Okay? So this is our community. And my recovery is spurred by yours. I told you about, I'm tickled death you got baptized. All y'all stories inspire me. And I know it inspires everybody else. And as we see each other doing well, it spurs us on to keep doing well. It just does. What happens to us is that when we get alone, it gives time for the demons and all the bad thoughts and all the things that come back to us. Okay, but as long as we're inside the herd, inside our group, we can spur one another, encourage one another on. Okay, we had a guy. I played ball long. I was only in high school at least 35, 37 years ago. The first play of the game we played my freshman year, I had to block a guy, and he absolutely wore me out, picked me up, slammed me on the ground, about broke me in half. And I get back up, and I'm walking back to the huddle, and the guy playing tackle beside me turned to me. I can't tell you what he said because it's inappropriate, but what he basically said was, don't let that guy do that to you. You're better than that. Okay? And all I had to hear was, you're better than that. All right? I beat the brakes off that guy for the rest of the ball game. Okay? He didn't make one tackle. Okay? I busted him in the chin a couple times. We had a lot of good fights together. All right? But I got knocked down, and I thought, I'm done. I'm dead. Nope. somebody encouraged me. And I got up and done it, okay? Your recovery spurs ours, and we all need each other. I need y'all. Okay? Look to the person to your left and right and just say, I need you.
I need you.
Yeah.
I need you.
Yeah. Every last one of you is why recovery matters. Okay? So whether you're with us tonight or whether you're online, you matter to us. You need to know that. I want you to hear that. I want you to know it. And if you can't be with us and want to come, please come and be with us. You folks are here, y'all matter to us. You are why recovery matters. Every last one of them. Don't ever forget that. Now, we're going to cease live right now. Roger, I hope you find your clothes. Hope you have a great trip. Hope the weather's great. My sister and my brother on a boat in the Caribbean. I hope you don't have to go rescue them or anything while you're down there. And we're going to go from here. But y'all have a great night. God bless you. We're here back next week again. 6 o'clock, we'll have food, and then back here at 6:30 for a lesson. All right? I think you have a great night.